Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. Before this episode, I just wanted to let y'all know I had me a very fat moment. I ate some foods that, you know what? I ain't even disappointed in myself. It cured somewhat of my hunger. It left. It's like an appetizer before I actually eat something and things, and that's the thing, I don't know why I do that to myself, but I wait until a TV show is coming on, and then that's when I'll eat. But, maybe early in the morning, or, if I'm, having lunch, I don't even eat lunch anymore. I should have did that. I sat there and had unhealthy food. I had 2 protein shakes in the refrigerator that I could have had. I'll probably end up having one of those after I'm done recording this, but, no, I think I had 5 chips, just 5-inch individual, and it was from a Pringles. It was 5 individual Pringle chips, 2 honey buns, and barely half of a can of Red Bull. What is wrong with me? I try to think about eating healthy. I got friends that's being vegans and stuff. It was a close friend of mine. She just recently started picking up being a vegan and things. I'm man, I don't know. I'll try, but there's a lot of foods and drinks that I'm I would try to eat more of the health foods, but then occasionally I'm at least once a week gonna have a cheat day. So probably every other day I would eat all healthy, work out, do all that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna have to at least once every week just have a cheat day and stuff. I was about to say once every day. I'm that's been doing too. I'm it ain't even a cheat day. I ain't even playing the game no more. But how does that even work out though? I know when people, cause I wonder when do people, when they just plan out their cheat days, do you wait once a week, once every 2 weeks, or I don't that's what I'm cause I don't want to be treated like no paycheck. No, that's what I'm nah, cause if I have food, right, it's unhealthy, or you're supposed to eat a whole bunch of it and things, okay, if I buy it for that one cheat, that's what I'm saying, it's gonna have to be once a week type stuff, cause that food, if it expires and gets all old, cause I'm oh, I gotta wait until that's what I'm nah, I ain't no waiting. I'm I said, cheat day every week. All right, so but anyways, what am I don't even know. I was gonna try to turn this into a random talk, but I'm honestly I don't even know what to talk about. So I think I'm gonna probably just do a relationship advice episode. Come on, my laptop's been acting slow. I was just trying to open up some files earlier and it was acting all weird. Everything is being slow. It's taking 8 hours to just add 3 more gigabytes to my Xbox, or not even add, but for Call of Duty, it's 3 more gigabytes to complete this update or something for Call of Duty. I'm man, all these things is just crazy. Find people in, oh, that's cool. Reddit, they have it where you can start chatting with the people that's on the relationship advice forum. I got 2, what are these? I got cause there's I got 2 messages. Everybody's so I had made a post on this, everybody must be taking me serious. I'm I was not trying to be serious, but I don't know, I was expecting memes and jokes, but everybody's getting on me. So there's this rapper or musician, rest in peace to him, but XXXTentacion, he has a subreddit. And he used to say this word vro, VRO, but it was I guess it was his way of saying bro, but it was an exclusive thing for him and his friends. And I was just all what if it meant very rare, what did I say it meant again? It was very rare, but it was very rare outsiders or something like that. And yeah, I just saw like, just, you know, what did people overall think about that? And people, they're all like, it doesn't mean that, it doesn't. And I'm like, okay, like, everybody calm down, chill out, it's not that serious, like, nobody's not losing their lives over it, so just relax, okay? But anyways, back on, I don't even feel like reading the stories. I'm probably just gonna read the topic part and then just give my advice. I don't know, I guess if it's interesting, then I think everybody knows how I roll with relationship advice, but I don't even feel like reading that. I just feel like reading the title part, so I'm probably just going to end up reading that. But if it's like very, very interesting, then, or if I need to read it and stuff, but if it's long, I don't want to read it. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm trying to work on like other videos and other things and stuff. So, anyways. First one, my wife just bought a dog while I was away, despite me repeatedly telling her not to. We are in a financial situation to own a dog. How do I proceed? Well, give it a shot, and then if it doesn't work out, then probably, yeah, it's like, let her come up with that conclusion that y'all gotta get rid of the dog and things. But I'm like, if we got some like real like household problems that we're gonna need the extra money for and stuff, and you over here are like, oh no, let's buy Spot a new dog toy or something. Yeah, I'm like, there's some like actual legitimate problems. Like, I'll make him a toy, but we aren't spending a lot. I'm like, we can't spend a whole lot of money on this dog. So I don't know. I was about to say, there's this one lady on TV. She will always like give people advice on like their money situations and things. Like, she'll like deny. I can't even remember that woman's name, but I ain't like that show because I'm like, dang, these people want to live it up and live their lives and stuff. Then they like tell her like all their like bank information, how much money they have, and it seemed like they got a lot, and all they want to do is just take a trip to Disneyland. And then they be all like, she'll be like, denied, you can't do it because you got far more other things to worry about. I'm like, man, that show, I hated that show. My mom watched that show all the time, and I was just like, man, it is frustrating. I'm like, man, do what you want to do. But anyways, but yeah, I guess like as you get older, as a kid, you know, I realized I wasn't realizing like, you know, like money can be tight for people. But yeah, if it's like money is tight for y'all, then it probably should have held off on the dog and things. But anyways, yeah, probably just see how it goes, and if it doesn't go so good, then let her be the one to get rid of the dog. So next one, my husband had an affair in the beginning of our now 20-some years marriage with the coworker. He quit the job when I confronted him. I just found out she is now working closely at his current job. He thinks I need to get over it. See, that's the thing, because like that's still running through your mind where it's just like, he did this, and that's where my like, you know, you can't really get over it, where it's like, it's happened. So it's like something like that. It's like, you know, you can't really, it's going to be like, in that type of situation, there is going to be trust issues with the person. So to the person that cheated, like, you know, if you hearing this and things, like, just know that that person's now going to have trust issues with you. It doesn't matter how many years has passed on. That person's still like, there's still like something like being held on inside that they haven't really let go of. And it's, yeah, probably that, like, yes, it's that memory of you cheating on them and stuff. When here it was, they were thinking like, oh, I'm the perfect person, like, he's marrying me and stuff. So yeah, it's like, you gotta understand, like, there's gonna be some trust issues with that, you know. So can't really get over something like that. I know if a girl cheated on me and we were still together, the trust would be really low with her. Like, I don't know, I probably wouldn't be able to trust like anywhere she goes and things. I'm like, if she gets caught, she gets caught. And overall, I'm like, I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to be that person where I'm just like, yeah, we could probably be friends, but I'm like, I don't see like a relationship happening if you're going to be doing this and things. Like, they actually take the time to try to work things out with me, then I probably think, okay, like, maybe it was a mistake, you know, maybe some things, but I'm like, still though, I'm like, I don't know what I possibly could do to get a girl to cheat on me. I'm like, I know I ain't going to be a bad boyfriend, I know, or a husband, whichever and things, but yeah, I'm like, to just go out of your way to cheat on somebody, I mean, you gotta sit down and think about it. Like, that person's gonna have some issues about that and stuff. So, anyways, I don't know why, I just have this strange feeling somebody's gonna ask me, well, how would you want the person to act towards you if you cheated on them? Well, see, here's the thing. I don't cheat, and I'm not on some like, because I know people probably think like, oh, I'm on the whole black men don't cheat trend. No, I don't care what race, whoever I am as a person, I am not going to cheat. My thing is that if I spend so much time trying, I think I talked about this not too long ago, but if I spend so much time trying to get with the girl, just to years later or however long later to cheat on her, why would I do something? I wouldn't expect anything less from her. Like, if she was so forgiving and then just, like, forgot about it, then I would have trust issues with her, because I'm like, okay, she's going to most likely kill me next time, so therefore I cannot cheat. So, but either way, I'm like, I would have that mindset before cheating and stuff. But I know I wouldn't cheat, so therefore I wouldn't have to worry about something like that. And I know people are probably like, oh, answer the question, or, you know, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I just know I won't cheat. Thing is, it's like, you know, you just work so hard to try to, like, prove your love to somebody. Cheating is just not in the factor. And if it is, then you obviously do not care about that person. But anyways, I need me a water break. Hold on for a second. Alright. There we go. But, yeah. Can't get over something like that. So, anyways, next one. Dang. So there's like, I just found out my girlfriend of 3 years has been cheating on me since our relationship began. So that's why I'm like, I don't know, I feel like maybe the question that they're probably trying to figure out is like what do I do? Like, do I leave the person? Do I stay with the person? Like, okay, how long is it? This ain't that long, so I'm gonna read this one and stuff, but anyway, so he says, so first off, thank you for, to everyone commenting and the messages I got. Sorry if I didn't respond, but I have read each and every single one of them. I really appreciate all the advice and well wishes. So after thinking about it, I decided I would not even give her the time of day and respond to any calls or texts. She said she went ahead and filed the report. If the cops do contact me, I'll just let them know I'm fine, but so far haven't been contacted. She's still acting oblivious in her text, but I feel she's just baiting me into calling so that she could try to lie. Wait a minute, why are they filing a report? Well, I gotta see about this one. I gotta do some research on this one to know what happened. Let me open up his profile and things, because I'm curious. But anyways, then he says, but I'm not going to fall for that. Some people messaged me saying to kick her out of the apartment, but unfortunately it's under her name. But if it wasn't, I would 100% kick her out. I also went and got STD test. Oh, wow. Something crazy happened. But anyways, things with recommendations. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a hard couple of days. I'm not really a dreamer, but I've been reliving that moment over and over again in my sleep, but hopefully it'll fade away soon. I'm gonna have to restart my whole life from scratch, but I'm glad I found out when I did. It's crazy. I was planning on proposing in December. Dang. And if I hadn't found out, I keep thinking, what if she said yes and I found out years later into a marriage? I dodged a fat bullet there. It doesn't hurt emotionally, I'm not gonna lie, having to be portrayed like this. But hey, that's life, I guess. Well, anyways, thank you for the constant messages and well wishes. It means more than you know. Knowing there's strangers out there helping me keep my head up. I don't know if I'll ever be the same again, but I'll just take it one day at a time and see where life takes me. Much love. Thank you all. Dang, what happened? Oh, dang, they removed the original post. Man, that's messed up. It's like the comments and stuff is still there. Then like that's like, I pretty much just watched the second sequel, or no, the sequel to a movie, and there are so many things that would discuss, like a police report. He got checked out for STDs. Like, what happened? Dang, that's crazy. That is seriously crazy. I'm like, God, man, that's wow, that's wild. Anyways, yeah, I hope everything clears up, cause I mean, dang, what happened? Like, that's some crazy behavior. Like, freaking, I'm just tripping to like social. That's why I'm like, I kind of wish like the original was still there, so I could have read something. But, anyways, next one. I'm afraid my husband is a total failure and that I have been lying to myself. Need advice, please. Man, like, I don't know. Like, I think because, see, I'm trying to like think of like some answers because I'm like alright. Guess let's read it. Dang, this is long, man. No, I'm not. Yeah, okay, they got husband only had serious job for 2 years in his entire life. Lost admiration for him. Tired of having to support him. Not sure if I should divorce him. Yeah. Yeah, I think I definitely would. It'll have to be an eye-opener for him where it's like, okay, it's you either gotta like do something or you are going to lose your significant other. Like, I don't know, like my thing is that because I like if I was to put myself in a situation like right now, like where I had a significant other and I'm doing this YouTube stuff, I'm not going to treat it like I am being a failure. If I gotta stay up day and night to prove to this person like I am working as hard as I possibly can, going above and beyond, doing everything that I can, and that's what I'm saying, like thinking like, what is he doing? See, that's what I'm like, I want to read it, but dang, it's so long. It's way too long. That's just too long. I'm not trying to sit down and read all that. That's like, it's like giving a whole story and things, but anyways, well, I like the first part there is like my husband and I went to law school and graduated together. He seemed like a hardworking and intelligent guy. Both of us were good students and made plans to get into public service. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? You done went to school, so it's like it ain't like my situation. I didn't go to school for YouTube. Like, I just started doing that on my own, so I had to learn everything on my own. But you done went to law school, so there's many things that you can do with that. That's why I'm like, no, I would do and come up with something to where it's going to benefit me and anybody that's around me. You know, like I'm not just going to sit there and give up or just like, you know, be lazy about it and things. Like, I'll come up with something. I'll come up with it. And it's like, and that's what I'm like, I don't know, like with YouTube, I feel like with YouTube, there's just so many different opportunities that you could come up with and do. So you can definitely like if you're like, okay, so if you went to law school and you trying to be a lawyer or a judge or whatever, you could do like videos based off of that. You can do something. There's something available out there for you. Now, YouTube might not bring in all the money that it possibly could, but like, you know, you can turn it into something. There's always like an idea and stuff like in there and things. I don't know. I feel like with some people, it's just, you know, it's kind of hard for them to like be creative and, you know, work and things. Me, I'm like, nah. I'm like, I think, I can't remember if I did talk about it on my podcast or not, but every night I've been staying up until like 2, 3 a.m. recording videos and stuff. So that's why I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna give up or slow down or any of that stuff. Like, I was just working on videos prior before this, got some videos done, plan on uploading some more videos tonight, recording some. I'm like, just to me, the grind and the work never stops. Like, I'm gonna, like, this, like, world is going to know I'm, like, one of the most hardest working people out there and stuff. People might not believe me, people doubt me, but I'm overall not gonna give up. So, anyways, next one. My wife wants us both to change our last name to something new. No. My last name is my last name. I am not changing my name for anybody. I wish a woman would try to tell me to change my name because she don't like it. Like, no. If you with me, you're supposed to accept all of me. Not some of me or my body, but no, no, I'm not changing my name. That's crazy. I would not. I'm trying to, like, when we were married, she didn't want to change her last name to mine, which I'm fine with, so she still has her maiden name, and I still have my last name. Yeah, I'm like, that's the thing. I'm like, I don't know. Like, a part of me would be like, dang, like, how come she don't want my last name? Like, I guess if it's, I don't know, if it's like, if your last name is like Tree Stump, then okay. But if your last name is like Smith or something, I'm like, what's wrong? Like, I'm like curious, like, what is this person's name? I just clicked on it to see. She can choose her own name. You can choose yours. What is his? See, that's something like I need to know. Like, maybe I click on his profile. He might have a nope. So I'm like, but like, what is your name to where she wants it to be changed and things? Like, that's what I'm like, nah, that don't make any sense. That's crazy. That's some crazy stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Because my last name is Moss. So it's like, and it's in my, yeah, that's like, so TMossBoss is like originated from my name and things. But Moss, I'm like, I don't understand, like, why do I need to change? This is the name that my parents gave me. Like, this is my name forever. I'm not changing it for anybody. Yeah, my nickname. I'm like, it's either my name or my nickname. Choose. My nickname is TMossBoss. Everybody calls me TMossBoss. All right, friends, family, yeah, everybody. People on YouTube, social media, internet, yeah, everybody like calls me TMossBoss. But my actual name is Tyler Moss. So, like, yeah, she's all like, I don't like your name, you need to change it. And I'm like, okay, well, it's either TMossBoss or Tyler Moss. Choose. Because I'm not changing my name for anybody. I don't even understand that type of behavior. I've never even heard of some type of behavior like that. Like, no disrespect to his wife, but that's just being disrespectful. Like, this is the name that my family and my parents gave me and stuff. So, like, I'm not changing it for anybody. It's family first. But anyways, then next one. Hi everyone, after 7 years with my wife, I have the world's most bizarre question. Okay, it's not that long, but it ain't even that, yeah, it's not that long at all. But anyways, they said, so I was in bed with my wife and she asked me, so honey, what are stars? I said, they are simply suns. And she was stunned and I think he was made to say, she said, really? I have to say, it was shocking to me. A revelation, in fact. How do I cope with this? What? So like cause there's if I ask a question and things, and then I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know that. I wouldn't expect the person to think like differently of me and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, that's what I don't know. Like, I feel like that's something not to be shocked over, you know. But yeah, I'm like getting like Instagram messages. It's all distracting and stuff. But yeah, oh, this next one looks crazy. But to go back on that last one, yeah, I don't honestly think that should be something you should be shocked over. Like, she didn't know. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, there's people that don't know the first presidents. There's people that don't. There's like, you'd be surprised on how many people that don't know things. You should look up the YouTube videos, World Star Hip Hop Questions, and see how people just don't know a whole lot of stuff. You know, like what, like the one where it's like, if YES spells yes, what does EYES spells? And I know people probably like, if you write it down, then you're like, oh, okay. But if you say it out loud, you're like, EYES. What is? It's eyes. It's eyes. I know people. If you were listening to me and you was like, EYES. What is that? What is that? I've never heard of yes. Like, it's eyes. EYES, eyes. The stuff that you look out, you know, your head with and things. But yeah, people didn't know what that was. They was like, yes. Yeah, there was, nobody knew that. I think even when I very first heard it, I was just like, EYES, what is that? And yeah, overall, when they say it, like, it's eyes. Wow. All right, but next one, girlfriend yelled my friend's name during sex. Breakup. Nah, that's not cool. That's not cool. I'm like, I don't even like, that's what I'm like, if it's a prank and there's a camera some around, then I'm like, okay, well, you just recorded a sex tape and that's weird, and therefore I'm like, I don't want that business out there and things. But dang, yeah, I guess, yeah, let's read it. I said I didn't even want to read, but I'm over here reading them anyways. But anyways, so they said, hi everyone, me and my girlfriend been dating for over a year, but before her, I've only had one other sexual partner who was my ex-girlfriend. While she's had many more than me, needless to say, she is a lot more experienced than me. Last night, we were getting busy. She yelled out my friend's name. I immediately stopped and asked her about it. She apologized profusely. In the past, she and my friend hooked up a few times, but never officially dated. I was fine with this, as it never bothered me until now. She told me that she has no feelings for him at all. Okay, but like, you were thinking about him, and therefore you yelled his name out loud while we were, like, immediately. That whole like, I don't know, like, I definitely would, because I'm like, at that point, the trust has gotten like very low, but it's not gotten to a no trust like zone, but it's like at the beginning stages of trust, because I'm like, okay, a part of me wants to believe her, but then another part of me is like, what if she's cheating on me? So it's like a lot of like questions is going to be raised. Like, yeah, I feel like she's going to definitely have to like prove, well, see, that's the thing, because I know people are like, well, nobody shouldn't have to prove themselves, but I'm like, in a situation like that, I know I would be trying to, like, I'd be doing everything I possibly could and things to, and that's somewhere I'm like, man, how do you make that mistake? Like, yeah. Because my thing is, like, you've been dating this dude for a while, alright? You've been dating him, he said, for over a year. So, like, you have had, I would assume that y'all have had, like, numerous, like, sexual activities and stuff going on, like, but you, man, that's something I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard and stuff to cope with and things. But anyways, then he says, this opened up another can of worms when I decided to ask her about her past sexual history. What I found out was very hurtful. She has had sex with more guys than I originally thought. What's more is that she has even had sex with multiple guys at once. Dang. Your girl freaky. Like, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize, but I'm saying, like, I'm sorry, but you know, yeah, she's kind of freaky. I mean, you know, that's somewhere I'm like, dang, you know, like, I don't know. I do not know. Like, okay, so that would like, okay, then that would have me asking another question. I'm like, okay, you've had sex with all of these guys, and it's like, oh, like, it sounds like, you know, over like years and stuff, but why out of all of those guys you had screamed out my friend's name? You could have screamed out any name in the book. Brad, Alex, Chad, Henry, you could have screamed out any name, but instead you screamed out my friend's name. I don't even know, like, I don't even know what friend to use as an example, but yeah, I'm like, let's say my friend's name was Abraham Lincoln. I'm like, you had all of these names that you could have screamed out, but you screamed out Abraham Lincoln. Bro, imagine that. I honestly, I'd be like, so, cause I'm like, a part of me is just like, she's joking, right? I'm like, your man crush on Monday is Abraham Lincoln. I think I end the relationship there, because I'm like, that girl might be crazy and stuff. And so, anyways, yeah. But that's, I'm like, see, because I remember there's this TV show, and I know you guys are probably all like, well, that's probably think it ain't the best example or a TV show to use and stuff, but there's this TV show called The Wayans Brothers. Pretty sure everybody knows Marlon and Shawn Wayans, the stars of White Chicks. Yes, they had a show in the 90s. But anyways, there's an episode where Marlon was dating this girl that had, like, you know, she was well known around town. Like, all, like, the guys knew her and stuff because she had sex with them and things. And so, anyways, Marlon couldn't cope with it. He was spying on her. He didn't trust her anymore. And she tried to prove that she wasn't like that. And that's why I'm like, a part of me would be like, okay, I hope that she's not like that anymore. And I hope that she's serious about this relationship. And that's why I'm like, okay, like, I'll give her a chance. But I'm like, something like that. What happened here, that did not happen in the episode. How the episode ended, Marlon was spying on her. She was acting weird, though, throughout that. I'm like, I don't know, people don't act like this. That's why I'm like, yo, who's ever writing this? They're gonna have to be a little bit more realistic. But anyways, but she was, like, buying Marlon a suit, but he thought she was cheating on him. But yeah, she was all like, she was using her brother and things to, like, size out the clothes and stuff to see if it'll fit Marlon. And I'm like, why not just call him over, like surprise him and things, and just be like, oh yeah, I bought you a suit and stuff. Here it goes, and like let me know if it fits and try it on. And instead, she's using her brother, and then I'm like, it was just weird. Like the brother is like undressing in front. I'm like, that was a weird episode. I'm like, it was really weird. Just how weird that they made that girl out to be and things. I'm like, my sister would have called me over and said that I'm gonna need you to strip down to your underwear to try on clothes for my boyfriend. I'm like, you can't call nobody else. You can't just give him the clothes. Like, if you think we're the same size, then okay. That's all there is to it. Give him the clothes. But I'm not trying on no clothes. I'm not stripping down like, I ain't doing it. Nope. I'm like, you call somebody else. I don't care who you call. You go get a mannequin. I'm like, that's, like, do something. But anyways, but yeah, she ended up dumping him and things, and yeah, that's what I'm just like, I don't know. If you truly have feelings for this girl, then yeah, she's definitely gonna have to, like, work on that. Like, definitely. Then, like, make sure she don't ever make that mistake again. Otherwise, I'm like, oh, then I think in my head she is cheating on me and stuff. So, anyways, then he said, I then asked her whether she enjoys having sex with me as much as she did with the many guys she's done it with in the past. She dodged the question, but I kept pressing. Eventually, she said no. Sex was way better with the other men, but she feels an emotional connection with me and blah, blah. I asked her if she thinks of them while having sex with me, and she said yes. That is just weird. She all like, you having an emotional connection with me, but you're thinking about other guys. That makes no sense. To me, that makes no sense. I don't understand that. If I'm having an emotional connection with the woman, I'm thinking about her. That's the only person that's in my mind. But I'm not going to be thinking about any other girls besides her. That's just weird. That is just, to me, that makes, that I don't know. That don't make any sense to me. Like, I was like trying to, like, give her the benefit of the doubt and things, but I'm like, nope, you are losing me. You are very well losing me on this one. So then he asked, then he was like, I asked her if she was cheating, and she said no. She even offered that I go through her phone, which I did not, as I believed her. However, I don't know how to feel right now or respond to this situation. I really like this girl, but I don't know what to do with all this new information. Any help would be appreciated. Yeah, her past is her past. Let's just start off by saying that. Her past is her past. Everybody has one. But it sounds like she really likes you, so that's good. And she's not cheating. I can understand that you are hurt, because anybody would be after something like that. Like, probably give the sex life a break for a while and then see how things go. Nah, I don't even want to talk about dude's sex life. I mean, we kind of already did, but I guess anybody would be after something like that. Give it some time, see how things turn out, and then go back to normal. But if it's still hard to, maybe there would help. Maybe therapy would help. There we go. Comment. Send. Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna be done for the day. I'm like, I always said like I wasn't gonna read about a person's sex life, but then here I am, read all about it. But see, here's the thing. He wasn't like all describing it like, oh yeah, so she took my shirt off, I took hers off, then somehow she did a backflip and land. I'm like, that. See, it's that type of stuff where I'm like, I don't care about what's going on, but it's like he just cut like somewhat towards the end and then told like the whole story and things, but he wasn't describing like what sex. I'm like, that's what I'm like, nah, I don't need to hear about it. Like that's your guys' personal business. Like I don't really care. But anyways, yeah, but that'd be crazy. That'd definitely be crazy. That's like yeah. I hope that's like a mistake that I hope I don't make. I hope that's a mistake that the girl I'm with, I hope she doesn't make that mistake. But yeah, that's rough, man. That's very rough. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if you are purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching and or listening, and peace.